spice is now coming out all over the place, it seems like. And now it's invaded the ramen noodles.
I don't understand that. And like you, I'm not a fan of pumpkin spice latte. I'm not going to diss anybody for enjoying that flavor because it is like a warm, cozy blanket, I suppose. But it is still August and it's 187 degrees. So
I've never considered a spice a warm, comfy blanket.
Really?
I've
Like
never
cinnamon?
thought of that.
Oh,
A
yeah.
warm, comfy blanket.
Oh, yeah. It's just like a hug, like a warm blanket and a hug.
I've never been warmed by a spice.
You haven't?
No.
Really?
No. Soup, maybe.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
but the spices in the
Hot
soup.
tea.
But yeah, ramen noodles with pumpkin spice.
No, not for me. It would be for some, I'm sure. I think colleges across the nation might jump into this. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a quarter a cup, so I can totally see that if you're living on a budget.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Yeah, about 9 years ago, she's like kicking and screaming to the gym. Now she's a power lifter, and she's in the Guinness Book of World Records. She can lift, this is going to amaze you, anywhere between 40 and 150 pounds.
Now, I am not a power lifter. Is that a lot?
Oh, no. There's a guy named Hawthorne. He holds a world record for deadlifting 1,100 pounds. 1,104 pounds.
So 40 to 150 pounds to me doesn't sound like Guinness Book of World Records kind of stuff.
Wait a minute. Well, how much are you lifting?
Oh, I don't know. I can probably bench press 30.
Bench press 30 pounds. Well, I should say that Edith is 100 years old.
Okay, that totally changes it. Absolutely, then. Yeah, girl, you need to be in the Guinness Book
And
of World
at
Records.
91, she started going to the gym. She's thinking, I better do something and get healthy. At
91.
At 91, here she is, 100 years old. She just turned it at the beginning of the month. She's in the Guinness Book of World Records because she's a power lifter and can, get up the 150 pounds, which is amazing.
Wow,
At 100
is.
years old, that's a big thing.
That, you know what? At 70 years old, at 50 years old, it's a pretty big thing to say, okay, I'm going to get healthy. And within 9 years, you've worked your way up to the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's amazing.
Nothing wrong with that, girl.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
At least they're giving us a month and a half notice. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio, because the mail is going to slow down just by a couple of days.
It's already called snail mail.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, it is. The post office says October 1st, the delivery of first class mail, first class, is going to go from 1 to 3 days to 1 to 5 days.
Just a couple of days. What they're doing is they're getting rid of the putting it on a plane. It's all going to be ground. And they say it's more reliable because, the way it is now, that the air flying, or the air, I guess you call it airmail. I don't know. But anyway, that's a little bit slower because the airplanes are unreliable.
Well, and
At the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah.
Right. And they're saying that this is really going to affect like the western part of the country and then Florida and like South Texas. So, that kind of makes sense if you're driving from wherever.
I don't know the last time I really sent mail. Everything I do seems to be online.
Now, my son graduated this year, and so we sent out some of those announcements. And, of course, he got letters, that way. But yeah, I don't send a whole lot of mail either. I love receiving mail, cards in the mail and that kind of thing.
Yeah. She's not going to send it. But she likes to get it.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Highly recommend this hotel for you and your family. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
Yeah, he probably did give it 5 stars. There is going to be a pop-up hotel in London that has a button, a very important button, that you can press and get all the free chicken, well, sort of free, that you want. It's a KFC hotel room.
KFC,
Kentucky Fried Chicken. It costs $154 to spend the night there, which honestly is not that bad.
So wait a minute. It's just a room?
It is a room.
Oh, I thought it was a whole hotel.
No, well, it's a pop-up hotel, so I don't know if that means one room or several rooms, because it almost looks like a condo. If you see the pictures of it, like it's bricked, and I don't know. So I think they've just kind of overtaken a room, if you ask me. But there is a button that I mentioned, and when you press that button, you can eat $139 of finger-licking good chicken.
In one night?
Well, I guess if there's several
Wow.
people. So I'm thinking, doesn't the bucket cost like $20? Like to feed a family
I
of
have no idea.
4 or so. I see the signs, because I have one on the way home, and it'll say, the bucket, I think it's $20. That's a lot of chicken.
Well, it depends on how big the bucket is.
I think it's 8 pieces. Is that right?
That's a lot of chicken?
Not for 4 people, but I mean, if it's you and a friend, that's a lot. That's 4 pieces a piece.
Okay.
Plus the biscuits and the sides, because the bucket has all that stuff. Am I right in that?
I have not been to KFC for years. I'm clueless.
I want to say we picked some up before a picnic or something like that, not too long ago. I mean, within the last year.
I just like the extra crispy, and I can't have that. I'm
The
not
extra
allowed.
crispy is the way to go. Original, I don't know, but extra crispy, yeah.
Starting to
Hit
drool.
that.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Well, in Chattanooga, they have the noise closet. So you know how you have to be quiet at the library.
Oh, yeah.
So you go in a noise closet and shout. It doesn't quite work like that.
Okay.
They call it the noise closet because this is specifically for teenagers. Well, anybody between the ages of 10 and 17, and they can check out musical instruments
Oh, cool.
at the library. So we're talking guitars and drums and those kind of instruments.
That's
they can check
very
out.
Cool. I like, when my daughter started in strings, I wasn't so sure if she was going to be able to, she would enjoy it. I didn't know. And so I thought, we can't buy a violin and spend all this money and then her not. So that would be a really good way to see if they're going to enjoy.
And that's why this noise closet at this library in Chattanooga exists.
That's why they did it.
So that,
Okay.
so that, you can't, guitars are expensive.
Yeah, drum kits are expensive.
Keyboards are expensive.
Yeah.
Marshall amps are expensive.
Oh,
Yeah, they can check those out
They
too.
can even get the amps.
Yeah, so you can get acoustic guitars, electric guitars.
Okay.
I mean, you should see this noise closet. It's quite amazing.
I think it's a very good idea. And I don't know if traffic is still the same at libraries. I know that you can, rent or check out books online from libraries, but that's a way to get people back into a library.
Well, and for kids who want to get into music and learn music and they can't afford an instrument, or those amps are pretty expensive too. They can check these out for a short time.
Oh, so it's not like 6 months or during the school year or anything like that.
No, it's I think it's a month.
Okay.
And then you can check it out again. Twice in a row.
Just like a book.
Yeah, just like a book.
I love it. I want to see it happen everywhere.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
We don't know if you heard about rice-a-roni. Rice-a-roni, how do you cook it, Liz?
When I cook it, it's out of a box. Like you boil the water, you put the
Oh,
stuff in there.
No, you put it in the microwave.
Really? I need to eat it faster than 20 minutes?
You put it in the microwave because now they made microwavable rice-a-roni.
Oh, is it like a squeeze pouch kind of?
It's called Heat and Eat.
Heat and eat.
Yep, you got the spicy Spanish rice. You have the garlic and olive, whatever.
Oil. Yeah.
All that other stuff. So
Yeah.
you got 3 different types.
Okay, well, that's a little bit of variety. I think rice-a-roni, you have quite a few more options, but they're probably just trying to see if it's going to sell.
Well, it's the San Francisco treat.
It is.
So,
I don't make rice-a-roni hardly ever.
What's your go-to? Your quick go-to meal?
If I need something really quick that I know the boys will eat, I take crescent rolls and, I lay them out. I put cream cheese and spicy hot sausage in a pan or in a pot and let that kind of melt all together. And then I put it inside the crescent
getting
rolls
hungry.
and then roll it up, and it is delish.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. And
That sounds way too amazing.
try to get a little green stuff on the side, and you throw it with a salad, but they don't advertise that. So.
How quick is that?
Oh, less than 20 minutes. I would
Really?
Because I think it's only in the oven maybe 8 minutes. And to get the cream cheese and the sausage together doesn't take any time at all.
Wow, that is pretty quick.
Yeah, and it's yummy.
Even though the rice-a-roni stuff's the microwavable stuff. So
Well, that's like 90 seconds or something like that. If you
Gotta
need to
be.
eat, boy, if you are hungry, those kids are, been at track or baseball or whatever. You got to eat them fast. I
yeah,
can
it
see
is. It is back to school and sports and all that other stuff. What about your go-to quick meal at 800-447-7234?
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Back to school season. Sports is kicking off once again, and you need a quick to-do meal. What is your go-to? Very curious. At 800-447-7234. His radio. It's Rob and Liz.
Yeah, in fact, you probably need a lot of those quick to-go-to meals. So Angela's going to help you out. And she said grilled cheese. And sometimes I think you forget about making the grilled cheese and how you can really mix it up. She said, add some ham, like really mix it up for
What
the
do
kids.
you do?
For grilled cheese, not for my kids, because they don't like the fancy way I do grilled cheese, or I have done
Really?
it like with brie and apple and stuff like that. I don't really get into that. So
You put apple in grilled cheese?
yeah, I think it's really good. Like you slice the brie and then you put the apple and you can put a little.
She does get fancy.
But I have made that very rarely because none of the men in my house really like that kind of thing. My daughter likes it, but
You cut the crust off the bread?
I used to for one of my kids. Like he would not eat it unless I cut the crust off.
Yeah.
He would send
Kids
it
are
back
like
to the
that.
chef. Send this back to the chef. I'm not eating
I
it.
don't want the crust.
Exactly.
Keep it off of there. Kim's here at 800-447-7234. Okay, what is it for you, Kim?
I'm going off of Lizz's as another tip for her because we love that as well with the sausage and the cream cheese and the crescent roll. But today they have the crescent sheets. If you buy the crescent sheets, lay one down in your pan, put your sausage cream cheese mixture over all of that, put another crescent sheet on top, bake it the same way. It's just a little easier.
Girl, you have changed my life.
It's so much, you cut it in squares. Your kids can have squares.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're doing the crescent roll, they get all, not melty, but soft, and then it's hard they're not pliable. It's just rough.
These do well left over. When you do it with the crescent sheet, bake it, then you can have it if your kids don't eat it all up the first day.
Okay, so you're referring to what Liz was talking about earlier was sausage and sour cream?
Oh, my. That would be terrible.
What was it?
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
So it's ground spicy sausage.
On a crescent roll.
Yes.
But she was saying crescent sheet. What did you say, Kim?
sheet.
A crescent? What is that?
Yeah, it's a sheet. So you just roll it out and it's just a big square or rectangle, however.
Crescent stuff?
Yeah. So instead of rolling it up like a crescent roll, it's in a sheet. It's the same type of breading. And then what she's saying is you just...
It's a tortilla.
It's not that flat. It's not like you're taking a rolling pin to it and trying to...
Sounds like a tortilla.
Not at all.
It's not a tortilla.
No, it's not at all.
So what do you call
tortilla.
it? You call it flat crescent roll?
A crescent sheet.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Orby is a cool mama. Orby, 46 years old, she decided, and she's a mama too, she decided she was going to pick up a new hobby. But it wasn't like, I don't know, cross stitch. It wasn't anything like scrapbooking. It wasn't. She wanted to skateboard. And so she did.
Really?
She started skateboarding.
Like where? In a park?
Yeah, at a
No.
skate park.
No way.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't even just going down the sidewalk in front of her house. Like, she's from Toronto, so she goes to this skate park in Toronto, and she is of Indian descent, and so she dressed in traditional Indian wear. Like with, the gold, I don't even know what that's called. It's almost like a bolero. And I know I'm saying the wrong thing, but
I can
her dress.
I can see it in my head.
Yeah. And like that's what she skateboards
From India.
in. Yes, from
Yeah.
India.
Okay.
But not like all the time. Every now and then she'll dress in like regular skateboard gear, but she does, like on her Instagram page, she's in these beautiful outfits.
Wait a
and
minute.
she's skateboarding.
I think I've seen this. Doesn't she go by something? Like
She
Ant
is
something?
yes, Skateboard Annie. Is that right? Anti-skateboard?
Anti-skates.
Anti-skates.
Anti-skates. Okay,
Anti-skates.
you just jogged my memory.
Yeah, sorry.
I've seen this.
Yeah,
it's come up
so
on my
she's-
reels and stuff.
Yeah, and she's on TikTok. She's now making the rounds on like morning news shows like Today and Good Morning America and all that good stuff, because they're like, wait a minute, you waited till you were 46. You started skateboarding.
And she's hitting the half pipe.
Exactly.
Look at her go.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
They call it the skinny house because it's 10 feet wide. How much do you think this is for sale for?
Oh, it can't be much. I mean, that's the size of a bedroom, like a kid's bedroom,
10
by
feet
10.
wide. It's a 10 feet wide house.
Okay.
10 feet wide. It's 4 stories high.
Oh, they built up instead of out. Okay.
So instead of out. So it's still the skinny house.
Okay, I'm going to take a guess. 4 stories high. Where is this?
Boston, and it's 1,165 square feet.
Oh, so there's quite a bit of room. Okay,
Yeah.
so in Boston, if it's in the city center, I'm going to say $400,000.
She says city center. Do you hear that? That's so fancy.
Fancy.
So they got a kitchen on one floor. There's a living room on another floor.
Really?
Dining room, laundry room, couple of bedrooms, 1 bath, couple of sitting areas.
Wait a minute, 1 bathroom and 4 stories?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're going to get your workout.
I guess.
We're talking a full-size basement and a pretty wicked roof.
A full-size basement when it's 10 feet wide?
10 feet wide.
Okay.
Okay. Does that increase or decrease your value of the home?
I'm thinking that it must be higher than that because of what you're saying. So $600,000.
No, it's over $1 million.
For a 10-foot wide house?
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it is
skinny
4
house.
stories, but
Yeah.
it only has 1 bathroom.
Yeah, 1.2 million. You can live with 1 bathroom.
No. Well,
Yeah, you can.
Maybe because now, everybody in my house is male except for me. Like, my husband, I have 2 sons. The
Yeah.
girl moved out. So if I had another girl in the house, no.
You
We're going to have another bathroom.
Just schedule.
There's no schedule when it comes to
schedule.
women. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's some things you can't schedule, but you
Well,
can
true.
still schedule.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Kevin is here. What's up, Kevin?
Before I forget, Rob, let me just say, hey, Liz, your dog is spoiled. I follow you on Instagram, and that is the most spoiled dog I have ever seen.
How true that is, Kevin.
I love you guys in the morning. I worked as a paramedic, and I tell you what, it's nice putting you guys in my ears when that ambulance is rolling down the road. So I love you guys. God bless you, and I will call again with another antidote.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
It almost seems like it's a race. It's a race to see who can get this out first. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio when it comes to the pumpkin spice.
I think it definitely is a race. I had heard, I don't know this to be a fact, but I had heard that Starbucks was putting theirs out tomorrow, the pumpkin spice latte, but Dunkin' Donuts is going on Wednesday.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay. Because
yeah.
they have this full line of pumpkin whatever spice fall stuff.
Muffins and all kinds of good stuff. Well, I guess
They can
good
go
stuff
all
if you
out,
like
can't
it.
they?
Sure.
Because they're the donut place.
Yeah. They got donuts, they got muffins, they got, I don't know, maybe a croissant.
Maybe they can do an egg filled with pumpkin spice.
Don't give them any ideas.
I just did.
Please
I
don't.
think it's a great idea. If people like pumpkin that much,
If they do,
Put
if
it in
they
your
like
eggs.
It. Yeah. Well, they
Put in
got
your eggs.
They got
spaghetti pumpkin spice. Oh, come on now.
okay.
Come on. If they have ramen noodles as pumpkin spice, why
They
not
do,
spaghetti?
yeah. Oh, can you imagine a pumpkin spice sauce that goes
What else? What other ideas can we give Dunkin'?
liver mush, pumpkin spice liver mush?
They sell liver mush at Dunkin'?
No, but they
What in
could.
the
They
world
don't-
is that?
They don't serve spaghetti there either, dude.
What is it?
Liver mush?
I have never heard of it. I don't know what it
I've
is.
seen it in the stores. I don't know. I think it's like Spam.
You don't know what it is.
I've never had
But
it.
you're suggesting to
Hey,
put pumpkin.
I'm not gonna eat. I don't like pumpkin spice. I don't like liver mush. We good.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Your Apple Watch, I use it for keeping up with calories and how many
Wait a minute.
steps and the breathing and the
It
standing.
says my rings are not as far as they should be.
I
My
hate
Apple
that.
Watch.
I hate that. Well, just
I'm
start
such a lazy bum.
jogging in place while I tell you about Brandon, because Brandon says that his Apple Watch saved his life.
Oh, for real?
It did. Brandon is like a marathon runner. He even is like a coach, a fitness coach, right? And so he, is very active, tries to be extremely healthy, eats very healthy, and he has an Apple Watch. Well, he collapsed last month, and he said it was like at the beginning of July, he collapsed. His Apple Watch alerted 911
Oh, because he fell down.
because he fell down.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And it was a hard fall. It's, if you just trip over, your own feet or a shoelace or whatever, it's not going to call 911 or anything like this. But this was different, and somehow it picked up. I didn't know it could do that.
Well, you can set it up to do that. If you fall and you can't get up, and I don't want to sound like the commercial. I'm not meaning to sound like the commercial, but it will alert the authorities. It'll dial 911 for you after a certain amount of time that you're still down, and it knows you didn't get back up.
Wow. Well, the good thing about this is where Brandon was at the time, he was actually in the hospital because he was having like severe pain and they couldn't figure it out. And they thought it was like kidney stones at one point, appendicitis, and like all these different things. And it ended up they had to do emergency brain surgery, not because he fell, but because he was having like blood clots.
Really?
And they found multiple blood clots in his brain. And so he said when he fell, nobody would have known. Nobody would have known, but 911 was alerted. They saw where he was and got in touch, and nurses and doctors came up and saved his life.
Amazing. So he's good now.
He is on the road to recovery. He wants to do the New York City Marathon in November. And so he's been training, and of course, while he was in the hospital, which was like 9 days, I think, start to finish, he kind of took a couple of steps back. So he's getting himself back
Good
to
for
where he
him.
can do that.
He's going to do it. You can feel it.
I think so too. He is determined. He's got his Apple Watch. He's ready to go.